There are so many amazing original books out there, but some of my favorites are the ones that are totally original because they use old ideas and twist them in new ways. In this category, you will find heroines well into their 90s, stinky cheesemen, and more. For starters, Howl's Moving Castle is one of my favorite fantasy novels ever. It is a rollicking yarn about the misadventures of several fairy tale oddities who have to figure out how to live with their own and others' flaws. Sophie is a shy, introverted teenager with terrible self-esteem who is cursed to be a 90-year-old woman. She decides to seek her fortune, but really just ends up becoming the housekeeper of a wicked wizard named Howl, who is actually quite a vain, whiny, thoroughly messy, and irresponsible wizard, prone to throwing massive green slime temper tantrums. As Sophie seeks to undo her curse, she also has to try and undo a mysterious curse on Howl and Calcifer. Calcifer, by the way, is a talking magical hearthfire, and one of the major characters. Somehow he expects Sophie, a teenage 90-year-old whose only job experiences are trimming hats and cleaning, to break a powerful spell. I love this book far too much for a book without a real plot, but the settings and characters make it all worth it. For instance, in their madcap adventures, Howl and Sophie can literally transcend universes by using a magical door linked to 4 separate locations, so at one moment they may go to the capital of Ingri, and the other they may travel to Wales. I also love this book because it is based on real poems or songs. My favorite is a Welsh folk song called Zos Ben Fach, which Calcifer sings to Sophie. I like to sing just one verse to show you how awesome it is. By the way, you should look up the English translation of the lyrics. You'll never guess what the song is really about. Mae bis Marian wedi brifo a David gwas dim aniach. Mae'r baban yn y cryd yn crio a'r gap wedi sgrabo Johnny Bach. Zos ben fach yn byri ar y tan, zos ben fawr yn byri ar y thwar, a'r gap wedi sgrabo Johnny Bach. Dau bach a soldier, dau bach a soldier, dau bach a soldier, a chote Christmas. This next book is called Everything I Know About Pirates, and you'd probably be surprised to find out how little Tom Lichtenheld actually knows about pirates. Don't worry though, what he doesn't know, he makes up. Take a peek at this guy, for instance. As you can see, he looks thoroughly nasty, right? But if you look at the captions, you will spy historic pirate-era clouds and macho pirate earrings. But this is my very favorite. His pants are jagged at the edges because they were bitten off by sharks. Lichtenheld himself admits in the introduction that, quote, I don't know much about pirates, but I know enough to draw some pictures, and I can make up enough to draw some more pictures, unquote. That's just a small sample of this hilarious book, which is full of real and made-up trivia about pirates. And don't forget to look at the official pirate glossary at the end. Where else did you discover that the word buccaneer is both a fancy French word for pirate and how much a pirate pays to get his ears pierced? Arr, matey! What happens when you combine Shakespeare with the epic movie franchise Star Wars? You get Ian Doischer's brilliant, nerdy, and completely hilarious book, Verily, A New Hope. Even if you don't adore either Shakespeare or Star Wars, you might enjoy this book and get to understand both of them a little better. Impress your friends, demonstrate your literary prowess to your teachers, and delve into the inner soul of R2-D2, who is unexpectedly articulate. Interestingly, the introduction is simultaneously a near-perfect replica of the movie introduction, as well as a traditional Shakespearean sonnet. I'd like to share it with you. It is a period of civil war. The spaceships of the rebels, striking swift from base unseen, have gained a victory o'er the cruel galactic empire, now adrift. Amidst the battle, rebel spies prevailed and stole the plans to space station vast, whose powerful beams will later be unveiled and crush a planet. 'Tis the Death Star blast. Pursued by agents sinister and cold, now Princess Leia to her home doth flee, delivering plans and a new hope they hold of bringing freedom to the galaxy. In time so long ago begins our play in star-crossed galaxy far, far away. Now for The False Prince, my personal favorite among these books. To be honest, though, it defies any attempt to pick out a single favorite passage, so I won't even try. Instead, I would like to introduce the basic plot. Sage is his own person. That much he knows. However, since he is an orphan, he essentially belongs to the orphanage he lives in. And when a noble named Bevan Connor buys him from the orphanage, Sage has no choice but to go along, fight as he will. He is horrified, though, to find that Connor has bought 4 orphan boys in order to strip their identities from them and to make one of them into a prince. The prince who was attacked by pirates and died several years ago. Impersonating royalty is high treason, and Sage knows it. The real question, though, is whether Sage will decide to go along with it and try for the crown, or whether he will face the terrible consequences if he fails in this high-stakes, treasonous contest, and he has only 2 weeks to decide. Again, among this list of books, The False Prince is my very favorite. It is full of daredevil stunts, danger, intrigue, friendship, betrayal, and the ultimate question as to who will survive the 2 weeks and pretend to be the prince the best. And the answer might not be what you expect. Wait, a Stinky Cheeseman? This is ridiculous, but okay. I guess that's the point. Anyway, Jack from the Jack and the Beanstalk story is bound and determined to get the old fairy tales right for once. He's had it. After all, he knows that they're pretty stupid anyway. But that dratted little red hen keeps interrupting. I have found a kernel of wheat, said the little red hen. Now who will help me plant this wheat? Where is that lazy dog? Where is that lazy cat? Where is that lazy mouse? Wait a minute. Hold everything. You can't tell your story right here. This is the end paper. The book hasn't even started yet. Who are you? Will you help me plant the wheat? I'm Jack. I'm the narrator, and no, I can't help you plant the wheat. I'm a very busy guy trying to get a book together. Now why don't you just disappear for a few pages? I'll call when I need you. But who will help me tell my story? Who will help me draw a picture of the wheat? Who will help me spell the wheat? Listen, hen, forget the wheat. Here comes the works cited page. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Perhaps you found a book or 5 you want to try, but if by some unfortunate chance you have none of these books at home, you can buy them or check them out at your library. Happy reading!